Perfect. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yes, ready to be the best listeners. Today is Friday Fun, so please make sure you are doing your best listening.
Perfect. Okay, so guys, we just watched that last video on the Frog Prince, the beginning, okay? So that one ended happily ever after. But this one we're going to continue on and see what's going to happen maybe next in their life. Okay. So
Do you have to record each other?
we do for school.
Because it's for the
Yep, it's really important.
Awesome. Okay, so the Frog Prince continued by John Siska. Paintings by Steve Johnson. Okay, so this is like the end of that last story. Starts off like that. The princess kissed the frog. He turned into a prince, and they lived happily ever after. The end. I'm just kidding. Keep going. Do you think it was just happily ever after?
Yeah.
Should we check out and see?
No.
Okay. Well, let's just say that they lived sort of happily for a long time. Okay, so they weren't so happy. In fact, they were miserable. Stop sticking your tongue out like that, nagged the princess. How come you never want to go down to the pond anymore? Whined the prince. The prince and the princess were very unhappy. They didn't know what to do. Do they look very happy in that?
No.
Let's see what's happening. The princess says, I would prefer that you not hop around the furniture. And it might be nice if you go out of the castle once in a while to slay a dragon or a giant or whatever. She looks like she's getting ready. So the prince, he really didn't feel like going out and doing anything or slaying any dragons or monsters. He just kind of wanted to run away. But then he read his book, and it said there, right at the end of the story, they lived happily ever after, the end. So he just stayed in the castle, and he drove the princess crazy. Uh-oh, she found something. Then one day, the princess threw a perfectly awful fit. First, you keep me awake all night with your horrible croaking snore. Now I find a lily pad in your pocket. I can't believe I actually kissed your slimy frog lips. Sometimes I think we'd both be better off if you were still a frog. Aw. She doesn't seem too happy to see that lily pad. Ooh, what do you guys think that he might do?
Run out.
Run away?
No.
Let's
That's
see.
what I think. Just turn into a frog again. Automatically.
That's a good observation. Okay, so that's when this idea hit him. The prince thought, still a frog. Yes, that's it. And he ran off into the forest looking for a witch who he could turn him back into a frog.
No, he's going to go
A
get
witch.
the sponge. Bro, the analog horror, the bad wolf.
Oh, maybe we'll see that one, Ashton.
He's just talking about it.
Okay, so the prince hadn't gone very far when he ran into the person he was looking for. Miss Witch, excuse me, Miss Witch. I wonder if you could help me. Say you're not looking for a princess to kiss, are you? Asked the witch. Oh no, I've already been kissed. I'm the frog prince, actually. I was hoping you could turn me back into a frog. Okay, then the witch says, are you sure you're not looking for a beautiful sleeping princess to kiss and wake up? What do you guys notice about her outfit? Does she have like a scarf on with Z's? Do you think she's a witch from a different fairy tale story?
Yeah.
The person that ate the things.
Is it Cinderella story?
The one that ate a vacuum, a pumpkin.
Yes.
Maybe. Should we check and see?
Yeah, from Cinderella.
Yeah.
Cinderella? Who's Cinderella? Yeah,
Make sure to change it.
Who's Cinderella?
Okay. So no, I'm the frog prince. That's funny. You don't look like a frog. Well, no matter. If you're a prince, you're a prince, and I'll have to cast a nasty spell on you. I can't have any princes waking up Sleeping Beauty before 100 years are up. The prince didn't stick around to see which nasty spell the witch had in mind. He ran deeper into the forest until he came to a tiny cottage where he saw another lady that might help him. So do you guys know which witch that was now?
The Sleeping Beauty witch.
Yes, good job.
The Sleeping Beauty?
Yes.
It said it in the
Awesome, so that's him running away because he doesn't want to
Next
get...
one's gonna be,
What one do you think?
Cinderella.
You
No,
think?
I think it's, no, that's Rapunzel. Yeah.
Let's check out and see.
No,
what it
because
is.
Rapunzel, well, like,
Ooh, this is a little bit of a hint.
Snow White.
Maybe. Okay, so he goes in there and he says, Miss Witch, excuse me, Miss Witch. I wonder if you could help me. I'm a prince and... Eh? What did you say, Prince? Croaked the witch. No, I mean... Yes, I mean no. I'm not the prince looking for Sleeping Beauty. But yes, I am the Frog Prince. And I'm looking for a member of your profession who can turn me back into a frog so I can live happily ever after. Let's see. What do you guys think would happen if you would eat that apple?
I'll puke. I'll die.
You think you'd get sick?
You'll die. I'll die.
You don't think it'd be good?
No, you'll go in
You think you might turn into a
I'd
frog?
rather die.
Should we check and see what happens?
He's gonna die. He's gonna turn into a frog.
Maybe.
Sloppy.
Let's see. Okay. Frog Prince, you say? That's funny. I thought frogs were little green guys with webbed feet. Well, no matter. If you're a prince, you're a prince. And I can't have any princes rescuing Snow White. Here, eat the rest of this apple. Ugh, that doesn't look too yummy. The prince who knew this fairy tale and knew a poisoned apple when he saw one did not even stay to say, no thank you. He turned and ran deeper into the forest. Soon he came to a strange looking house with a witch inside. Next page. Oh, he's running away. He didn't even want to say no thank you to that apple. What house are you guys thinking they might go to now?
The one that's straight. The one that's made out of candy. That was the one I was trying to.
That's a good idea. Oh,
Yup, that's the one.
good job, Will.
She's growing popsicles and ice cream.
All the candy, setting them out.
She ate it. She ate all of it.
What's your favorite? Okay,
No wonder why she's a blue bag.
so now he's gonna talk to the witch. Ahem, Miss Witch, excuse me, Miss Witch. I wonder if you could help me. I'm the frog. If you're a frog, I'm the King of France, said the witch. No, I'm not a frog. I'm the Frog Prince. But I need a witch to turn me back into a frog so I can live happily ever after. Can you do that for me? The witch eyed the prince and licked her rather plump lips. Why, of course, dearie. Come right in. Maybe I can fit you in for lunch. Do you think she wants to meet him for lunch? Or what do you think?
Eat it.
Eat him? This is what the walkway looked like. You guys were right. It was candy and different popsicles.
She grew them?
She made her house look like that. Let's see. The prince stopped on the slightly gummy steps. Something about this house seemed very familiar. He broke off of a corner of the windowsill and then he tasted it.
Chocolate.
What do you guys think it could be?
Chocolate.
It was gingerbread. Good job, Pete. I hope you don't mind my asking, Miss Witch, but do you happen to know any children by the name of Hansel and Gretel?
Oh, can I?
So that's what witch this one is.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Hansel and Gretel. We're watching it.
Yes, those were the kids.
Yeah, she eats children, and also when she had a children, she was going like,
Yeah?
I could just
So,
eat you up.
You don't think you should stay there and wait and see?
Turned into a dozen
I
pies.
noticed something. Can you see the little recipe in the reflection there?
Roast.
Roast Prince.
Roast Prince.
Roast.
What do you think that could mean?
She's
She doesn't like the prince.
eating the rich.
He doesn't like the princess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So why yes, Prince darling, I do. I'm expecting them for dinner. So she's been waiting for Hansel and Gretel to come to dinner.
He's right there.
He's gonna run away.
More like to be her dinner.
The prince, who, as we said before, knew his fairy tales very well, and he ran as fast as he could deeper into the forest. Soon he was completely lost. Let's see if he runs into anyone else. Ooh! What are you guys noticing from
That's
this?
the princess. The princess from
Good.
It's Sleeping Beauty.
No, that's Cinderella.
Should we check and see?
Sleeping Beauty.
Cinderella.
Okay.
We've already done Sleeping Beauty.
So he saw someone standing next to the tree, and the prince walked up to her, hoping she was not a witch, for he had his quite fill of witches. "Madam, I'm the Frog Prince. Could you please help me?" "Gosh, do you need it?" said the fairy godmother. "You are the worst looking frog I've ever seen." That's not very nice.
But he's not even a frog.
"I am not a frog. I'm the Frog Prince," said the prince, getting a little bit annoyed. "And I need someone to turn me back into a frog so I can live happily ever after." So this is what the princess says. She says, "Well, I'm on the way to see a girl in the village."
The fairy godmother.
The fairy godmother. "About going to a ball. But I suppose I could give it a try."
She looks scary.
She does look a little
She's a
spooky.
real witch. She's just dressed up. She looks like a clown.
And she said that she's never done frogs before, so she was just going to test it out. And with that, the fairy godmother waved her magic wand and turned the prince into a beautiful...
Wait, she is.
You guys think it's going to be a frog?
Hippopotamus.
A beautiful prince. A mouse.
You guys think so?
A mouse.
Should we check and see?
A mouse.
Let's see.
Or a snake.
Good observations, guys.
Snake.
Uh-oh.
A frog carrot.
A carriage. A frog carriage. The prince could not believe his rotten luck. Oh, yeah, in the background.
So you're picking the bad wolf.
Yes, I bet he's hiding now. There. Scary.
The next one is pig. Yeah, red one. That's
Yes. Do you see the wolf?
Yeah.
And there's bats, so guys, you know that it's
Wait, I think the next one's
later at night.
go back a page.
Okay, so we're gonna keep going.
No, you didn't. I did.
Okay, let's see what happens. The sun went down and the forest got spookier and the prince became more and more frightened. He was really scared. And it was nighttime too. Okay, let's see. That's what he looked like. He was so sad.
that up there?
It's a clock tower.
Good observation. That might come in handy to know. Okay, so he says, "Oh, what an idiot I've been. I could be sitting at home with the princess, living happily ever after. But instead, I'm stuck here in the middle of this stupid forest, turned into a stupid carriage. Now I'll probably just rot and fall apart and live unhappily forever." The prince thought these terrible, frightening kinds of thoughts, and a few worse, too awful to tell, until far away in the village, the clock struck midnight. Do you think that's going to be an important thing?
Yes.
Because you guys know. Good job, Ollie. Because you know in Cinderella, when the clock strikes midnight, that's a pretty important time. Should we check and see what happens?
Why?
Because that's when she turns back to normal.
Midnight
And goes
is
home?
when
Should we see what happens?
he could go back to the prince.
The prince? You think so?
It's a monster.
Oh, yay!
Goes hard.
Let's see. The carriage instantly turned back into his former prince self and ran by the light of the moon until he was safe inside his own castle again. "Where have you been? I've been worried sick. You're 7 hours late. Your dinner is cold. Your clothes are a mess." So it seems like the princess was really missing her prince, right?
Maybe that was actually a good thing.
I know, that's what I was thinking. Let's see what the next page is. The prince looked at the princess, who had believed him when no one else in the world had. The princess who had actually kissed his slimy frog lips. The princess who loved him. Do you think something's gonna happen now?
They need a partner. Get married?
Yes for that? Let's check and see.
Oh, oh.
The prince kissed the princess, and then they both turned back into frogs.
What?
And they hopped off happily ever after.
There needs to be.
The end.
I wonder if there's, we could look into that too.
I like it.
Maybe you would write it.
What did you guys?
That's not his phone. That's
Okay.
The wolf was in the wolf.
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say.
No, they're frogs together.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys write in your Jeffers journals a couple of sentences on the different fairy tales that you think. Good job, Capri. That should be good.
I love it.
On what fairy tales this reminds you of. So like the different ones that it goes in.
And
Yes.
as soon as you are completed with that, you are so fortunate because we have enough time for fun.
Thank you
You
guys.
get to give it to me and you